HUUB Wattbike are the amateur team taking the track cycling world by storm thanks to a combination of innovative technology and an unconventional race strategy. Let's take a look at the strategy they've used to beat the world's best in the team pursuit. The team pursuit is a short event. A team of 4 riders must cycle 4 kilometers or 16 laps at the velodrome in the fastest time possible. The time of the third rider is taken as the finish time for the team. Simple. Riders will draft each other as closely as possible to generate the maximum drafting effect, with all riders adopting a highly aerodynamic tuck position to minimize total drag. Team members take turns riding on the front position, allowing the team to maintain a significantly higher speed than would be achievable by a single rider. The current world record of 3 minutes 49 seconds set by Australia saw them clock an average speed of 62 kilometers an hour. The front rider will use either of the 2 steep banked turns of the track to drop off when their turn is done. This is the most efficient place to rotate, as the rider can use the gradient of the bank to reduce speed before dropping back in down the bank to get back on. Traditionally, teams will be led out by rider 1 for 1 lap to get up to speed and then take turns on the front, varying from short 1-lap turns to occasional longer 3-lap turns, each time dropping to the back of the pace line once their turn is done. The 4 riders will broadly equally share the load throughout the race, although stronger riders may do slightly longer turns depending on the makeup of the team. So what's so special about HUUB Wattbike strategy? Well, the amateurs from Derby do something a little different, focusing on squeezing out every last watt from the 4 riders available to them. Rider 1, that's Dan Bigham, leads out the team for 1 lap to get them up to speed, but then drops to 3rd position, not 4th like most other teams. That's because rider 4, John Archibald, isn't a fast starter, and in 4th position he'll be doing the least work of the team. Rider 2, that's Johnny Whale, will then be on the front and he'll do an unusually long 5-lap turn before retiring. Why? Because Johnny's not as strong aerobically as the others, so he gets used up very early on. The riders now in positions 1 and 2 will then take 3-lap turns, again long for a team pursuit, before John Archibald takes the final turn of 3 3/4 laps. Why does this work so well for the team? Well, first it means fewer turns in total, which means fewer changes. Each change costs around 1/10 of a second. With most teams changing around 12 times, and HUUB Wattbike changing half as many, that's nearly a second saved over the course of the race. Second, it means the last man, John Archibald, will be riding as the last man for nearly 10 laps, conserving his energy for the final turn. With the front rider averaging around 600 watts and the last man around 340, there's a significant advantage to be had by keeping a finishing rider fresh for so long. It's this simple but outside the box approach to the event that has propelled the team from rank outsiders to one of the best pursuing teams in the world in such a short space of time.